Alright, off we go. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio. As promised, I am doing special Ryan Hartson shows every single day throughout the NCAA tournament, at least when we're not doing JMFPSP. If our timing is right, our JMFPSP will be right between the first and second rounds on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it all done on Saturday. That's what we're hoping. Obviously, Tim and myself and Corey, our scheduling is crazy, so we'll see what we can do about that. But the plan is on Saturday we'll do a JMFPSB talking about all these games, getting ready for the second round, going through the brackets, doing all that for you. With a limited amount of time, I will break down all these games that have happened for you right now. Now, keep in mind, by the time you hear this, it will probably, be considerably different. But as for right now, 5 games have gone final out of the ones that are going to be played today. And there are 3 games going on right now. NC Asheville and Pitt is going on right now. Richmond Vandy is going on right now. And Northern Colorado and San Diego State are going on right now. Okay? The games that already went final, we'll go through them. There are 5 of them. I'll go through them somewhat quickly, and then I'll be out of your hair. Clemson, West Virginia, first game of the day. West Virginia beats Clemson 84-76. It didn't ruin too many of my brackets. If I look at my JMFPSP bracket, I had West Virginia winning that game, so it didn't hurt me too bad. I'm sure it didn't really affect too many people. A lot of people picked West Virginia, no matter if it was going to be Clemson or UAB. I actually had UAB in a game in that bracket, which was a problem for me for the one bracket. But that bracket's completely done because Louisville was the national champion on that bracket. We'll get to that. Okay, but Clemson starts out with huge start. They looked like they were still hot from their big win against UAB. I think they played on Tuesday. So they come in smoking hot. They lead by, I believe, as many as 17. And then what they've done all season against the really good teams is what happened against West Virginia. Okay? Just slowly as the game goes on, they start to run out of gas, and it's a close game against a really good team, and they just don't have what it takes to get it done. They choked down the stretch. West Virginia stole 3 Clemson inbounds in a row with under a minute to go and put them all in for buckets. Clemson had made it a 3-point game. It ended up being an 8-point win for West Virginia. Okay, but Clemson looks like they're going to blow out West Virginia. West Virginia comes all the way back, and then it looks like Clemson is going to come back and possibly make it close again. They do make it a 3-point game. And then, as I said, West Virginia steals 3 Clemson inbounds and puts them all in for buckets, and that just blows it wide open. And then the game is over. 84-76, West Virginia beats Clemson. They move on. I know a lot of people had Clemson in the upset, but it's okay. West Virginia moves on. A lot of my brackets anyway, are in good shape. Let's move on. I'll save the big upset for last because that was the most fun. Old Dominion Butler, great. It was a close game all the way. These 8-9 games usually are. And honestly, 50-50. I filled out 20 brackets. On 10 brackets, I had Old Dominion, and on 10 brackets, I had Butler. And I think that was for a lot of people. Like, you just couldn't figure out this game because Old Dominion does a lot of things well. They won that great conference. They won their conference. Butler does a ton of things well. Just got done last year. They played in the national championship game, so that they have what it takes to win these tournament games. Butler ends up winning the game 60-58. It's close down the stretch. Butler's able to get it done. It was a hell of a game. I didn't see all of it. I was still at school actually, so I think my excuse is pretty good for not seeing that game. But it was a great game. I was watching the updates as much as I could. Close all the way, as I said. Butler moves on. No shame. Old Dominion should not be ashamed. Except half my brackets don't have that one either. So, like, these 2 games, first 2, like, this is the entire tournament. The entire tournament, besides the top 8 seeds, any team can win any game in this tournament. That's just how it is. That's just the way this is. There's such a lack of talent in college basketball right now. Anybody can beat anybody. You might see a 16-1 upset today. Actually, no, you won't. But NC Ash was keeping it close against Pitt. Pitt's blown it open 67-49. They're probably going to get it done. NC Ash ran out of gas, it looks like. But anyway, Butler takes out Old Dominion. A close game. No shame for Old Dominion losing that game. Butler seeds holding. 8 beats the 9. All right, Penn State, Temple, 64-66. Penn State gets the game. Wait, no. 64-6. Yes, 66-64. Reading it wrong. Temple gets the win. So Temple 7 beats a 10. Temple moves on. This was a great game, tied at 64. Temple gets an inbound, throws up a shot, and gets the bucket down 66-64. Penn State threw up a last-second heave that, of course, never fell because really it's a 1 in a million that those things will fall. So Temple gets it done, and they win the game, and they will move on to play. Where's my blank bracket? There it is. They will move on to play the winner of San Diego State, Northern Colorado, which is going on right now. San Diego State leads by 6, 30-24, still in the first half. Is that at halftime? No, they're still they're up to 11 seconds left in the first. So, but San Diego State's winning there, and excuse me. Temple will play either San Diego State or Northern Colorado, probably San Diego State, it looks like right now. So, again, that was a great game. Those last two games, I just went, no shame. There's no shame, no harm in whoever lost that game. There's no problem. So, let's move on. Kentucky, Princeton. I'm skipping the Louisville game for a reason. Kentucky, Princeton. Kentucky wins 59-57. Really close game down the stretch. Princeton just played their heart out. At the end of the day, Kentucky has a bunch of highly recruited freshmen that are extremely talented, and Princeton doesn't have any scholarships because they're an Ivy League school. They don't do sports scholarships. They do education scholarships. That's how the Ivy League works. We all know that. Harvard, Princeton, Yale, all these teams. That's how it works. So Kentucky gets it done. They got a scare. They make a huge bucket at the end to get it up to 59-57 to get that lead. It looked like overtime. I was thinking overtime. I think everybody was. But Kentucky gets it done, 59-57. It was just an absolute huge win for Kentucky, a confidence booster. And but they did get scared. Princeton did scare them, but they got the big win, and now they'll move on to play West Virginia, actually. So that's a hell of a second-round game, or a third-round game, whatever. West Virginia, Kentucky, that's going to be a really good game. Play it on Saturday. You'll look for our full preview, JMFPSP, on Saturday. Or if no one can do it, I'll just do it by myself. I don't care. Okay, game of the day, upset of the day, no matter what happens the rest of today. This is the upset of the tournament thus far. Morehead State takes out Louisville 62-61 on an unbelievable ending. Louisville, they inbound it with a few seconds left. They pass it up. They look like they're in range. He goes up to take a shot. It looks like a foul, but it's not. It's a no call. Morehead State on that gets the win. So unbelievable job by Morehead State. They hang around the entire game. They started off on an 8-0, a 10-2 run to start the game. Louisville is playing from behind pretty much the entire game, and Morehead State shocks Louisville. And I'm not going to lie, on every single bracket, I did 20 of these goddamn brackets. I had Louisville in at least the Sweet 16 in 18. That's what I had Louisville in the Sweet 16 or better in 18 of my 20 brackets. And so I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. And I had them in the Final Four in 2 of my brackets. I had them winning the national title on 1 of my brackets. Needless to say, that bracket is gone. I have ripped that one up. So I'm down to 19 sheets. Don't worry, it's not the JMFPSP sheet. I am still not eating liver. Hopefully UCLA will beat Michigan State. Tim put Michigan State in the Final Four. Hopefully UCLA will beat them, so we don't have to worry about that. But it was extremely scary. A lot of people's brackets are ruined now. This was a bracket buster, if you will. Morehead State, the shocker of the day. Seriously, I didn't even know Morehead State existed until Selection Sunday last week. Didn't even know they existed, which is probably my own stupidity. I'm sure a lot of people out there that are listening to me right now knew who Morehead State was. I think they've actually been in the tournament semi-recently. They might have even been in it last year. I just didn't remember, but I didn't even know they were a college. And now they come out and they beat Louisville. Like this happens every year. A team beating a big time team. I believe it was Northern Iowa taking out Kansas. That was the shocker of the year last year. It's unbelievable. Again, one more time. Morehead State beats Louisville, the shocker of the tournament so far, 62-61. Morehead State moves on to play the winner of Vanderbilt Richmond, which is going on right now. Yes, it is going on right now. They're at the half. Vandy leads 35-32. So just keep your eye on all this stuff. The NCAA tournament is absolutely fascinating. The games that have gone final: West Virginia beats Clemson 84-76. Louisville loses to Morehead State 62-61. Shocker of the tournament. Butler beats Old Dominion 60-58. Temple beats Penn State 66-64, and Kentucky takes out Princeton 59-57. We are off to a hell of a start on the NCAA tournament. I hope you're here to enjoy all of it. I'll be back on Friday breaking down the early games, talking about maybe some of the late games if anything really exciting happens, which it's bound to in this tournament. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then on Saturday, we should have a fresh JM FPSP for everyone. So look forward to all of that. Great to have you with us today. I will see you tomorrow. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio.